back to Rumi's Life. Oh, welcome if you're new. And today I'll be going over my monthly expenses for the month of January. And if you guys like this, then I might make it a series again, because this is how I started my account. Was I just used to show my monthly expenses, so you guys serve as an accountability person, but I ended up stopping it because I thought it was like invading my privacy. But I said this is called Rumi's Life, so I'm gonna show you what my life is. So to start off, let me just give you a disclaimer. I was really busy this month, so my spendings are not very good. And as you notice, I converted everything over to Google Sheets rather than Excel because I don't really have a justification for this. But anyways, let's just dive right in. So the first thing, on the 30th of every month, I get charged my rent, $634. And I know that's kind of pricey, but it's pretty close to campus, and it's only two bedroom, and I have my own bathroom, and it's furnished. It includes utilities, water bill, Wi-Fi, and all that. So I think it's a really good price, I think. But next year I'll be paying $450 a month, so that's gonna be comparably better than $634. And there's a charge of $195 for using online payment rather than paying with check, I guess, or cash. But and then I spent about $73 in groceries this month. So the first one was like my regular monthly purchases that I do, which is, um, like meat and stuff like that. But then I do have this 1672 charge, which is at the Asian market, which is unusual for me because I don't really shop at the Asian markets because it's so expensive. It's targeted towards like international students who are willing to pay a lot more. But I got like five things, and that was 1672. That was not a very good purchase, so I can definitely cut that out for next month. But I spent 82.80 on gas, which seems a lot because it is, and that's because my hometown is actually 4 hours away, and I was driving back home from my hometown. And usually most of these are for my work, so I get reimbursed anyways. But then for coffee for this month was a lot worse than what it normally is because I spent a total of 24.31. And again, my budget for coffee is only like $10. So it's pretty bad actually. And it's because this month I was really busy, so I used coffee as a, motivator to finish my work, which was really bad. Yeah, ended up hurting my budget. Actually wasn't that productive either. But so most of them, so I bought it at McDonald's, and this was at McDonald's. I bought Starbucks at Stanford, and it still tastes the same, obviously. But I don't know. I felt like everything at Stanford was a lot better. I'm pretty sure it's just a placebo effect. So I spent 365 at coffee on campus, and the coffee on campus is actually really really good. But because it's targeted towards a certain demographic, like those freshman students who have like the residential dining passes, so everything's really inflated, the prices. Okay, and then this is not justified McDonald coffee. Well, that's because I wasn't really doing that weekend. Usually I get coffee as a reward, but it's fine. And then this was also on campus, and this is like the regular Dunkin' Donut coffee that you see everywhere, but it was just so expensive. I'm not sure why. And then I bought some Krispy Kreme for 127. Okay, the fruit category this month was really really bad, but it's okay. Everything is fine. But this Krispy Kreme doesn't really count because it was during winter break. So instead of dumpster diving, we actually bought Krispy Kreme instead. And then I spent 602 at McDonald's. Honestly, I spent a lot of money at McDonald's this month. And I bought donuts from the vending machine because I just didn't have any snacks at home. So I think that's why all we have all these small charges that are less than $5. But it's okay. Everything's gonna get better as I get better with planning my schedule out. So I'm definitely going to try to use the tips I've used in my how to stay productive video to make sure I don't spend that much money on food. That's gonna be my goal. We'll see how it goes, but you guys are gonna be my credibility people, so you're gonna keep me in check. But anyways, let's keep on going. So Wendy's, this is actually when I was doing Uber, DoorDash. So that's basically like where I drive around, listen to my own music, listen to some podcasts while I deliver food. This is kind of like the way I de-stress, but through this I actually go to different restaurants, and it's so tempting to buy something. So I ended up buying a Wendy's small frosty for 139. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. And this one was actually like out on a limb. So my friend and I, we actually ended up buying a lot of Asian food and just ate it. Like we got to go. We had a really good time, just like talking and catching up. But I think she was supposed to pay me half, but she never did. But I don't want to mention it because I'm such a great friend. Unless she's watching this video, then you should pay me back. But anyways, I think it's good. I mean, she's in a little bit of a pickle, more of a pickle than I am, so I don't really care. And this is 199. I bought fries at the library, so this is on campus, so it's a lot more expensive. And this is also, oh, okay, this is really stupid because it's like the Dippin' Dots, but it costs 4.15, and it wasn't even that good. I was so disappointed. But that's why I said most stupid ice cream ever, because it wasn't as good as I remembered it was. And I said 199 at on campus dining again, because I don't even know why. I packed food that day. I was just tempted, and I was just kind of depressed because school was like stress, but it's okay. And then I spent 295 at same thing on campus. And the okay, weird thing is, check out the dates. I didn't spend money. I didn't start spending money until the very end of the month when I was like really, really stressed. Like January 27th, January 30th, January 25, something like that. So, but then I spent a 96 cents at McD. This was apple pie. The good thing about this was my way to my job. And so like if you're in a hotel the night before, then you can get up to $15 DM for a meal, and my meal only cost 96 cents, so I can actually pocket like $14. So I said this is pretty good stuff. Then I spent $20 at Howard's Park. This is January 7th. I actually paid for me and my mom and I's dates. So, and we were visiting our siblings at Howard's Park. So I think it was totally worth it. And then I spent $10 under clothes because I lost my uniform for my job. So I said, okay, well, I was actually running out of the building, my job number 1, to go to my job number 2. And I was running because it was really cold outside, and I actually ended up dropping it. And I knew I dropped it, but I thought it was going to be there when I walked back to job number 1, because that's where I parked my car. But it wasn't. It was so stupid. It was only like 4 hours later, but I ended up having to buy another one. Miscellaneous. I have Spotify for $5. Michael's. So I was having a lot of like behavioral issues in my preschool classes. So I made a lot of like arts and craft to help navigate students through like a little preschool obstacle. So that cost $23.86. And it should honestly, like, if it was like a normal job that wasn't through independent contracting, then they will probably pay me and like reimburse me. But because like it was out of my own like will, I just paid out of my own pocket, and it's fine. Excel testing for $20. So this is funny. This is like this one thing I'm trying to like crack. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I can't tell you that much yet, but that's what it is. And I spent $55 for the Midwest Fit Fest, and I'll be spending a lot more money in the future for hotels and like transportation. So I know I have to keep that into account as I budget in the next couple months. And this is all like everything from San Francisco. But basically what happened was I went to San Francisco for National Judges Cup, it was for my job, but I spent the next day there, let me go through it real quick and tell you what I actually paid for and what they're paying me. So the BART, that's basically like the California's train system. So they paid me back for that one. The $6 for Mooney, which is also another California San Francisco transit system. They actually have like 3 or 4, like 3 in like San Francisco area, and like 2 more in like the Santa Clara area, which is where I was working. But then I ended up staying at my friend's house at Stanford, so I can save a little bit of money while having the opportunity to just still look around. So that was fun. And this is 11:31 for this luggage service. It was so stupid. So the first time I used this, it actually took me to this one coffee shop in this super sketchy part of San Francisco. Like, I'm telling you, very, very scary. And what happened was, the moment I got off the train, there was a policeman that told me, be careful because I look like a tourist with all my luggage. So it was kind of scary. Actually, it was really, really scary because when I was on my way to the coffee shop to, check in my bags and luggage, I saw like a lot of cops, and like I saw like drug dealing and stuff like that. Very scary, honestly. I shouldn't have just hopped on a random train and then followed this luggage company, because that was not a very good mistake. That was not a very good idea. And then so I ended up going to this other part, a little bit more north, like kind of close, like Pier 39 area. And that was fine, but I had to take an Uber from that place because it was in Chinatown. So that's why I was in Chinatown, mostly to like check out my bag. But it turns out at Pier 39 there's a place that you can check in bags. I was like, oh my gosh, and it was actually cheaper than Berto, or however you say it. So that was a big mistake on my part. So if you're watching this and you're going to San Francisco and you're trying to like figure out like where should I put my luggage, just check in at like the little concierge place at Pier 39. It works fine. Don't use this app. I don't recommend. So it costs 10.44 to use a taxi from where I checked my bag to Pier 39. But it's okay. I just walked back. It was only like 2-3 miles. So I walked back, saved some money that way. Got a lot of steps in. It was like an hour walk, but it's okay. So it was a little bit stressful because, obviously I was a little girl in a big city with a lot of luggage, so I just wanted to get rid of my luggage, but I couldn't. But it was still fun. And then $4 for Chinatown sweets. I bought some little, I don't even know what it's called. Like, it was like sesame ball thingy. Love those. And then I got some lunch, but this was actually reimbursed by work because it was while I was traveling. And then Caltrain 100. I don't know what that means, but it was probably just how I got to Stanford. I just kind of hopped in a train. Oh, and obviously, my phone died. So, everything just happens for a reason, right? So I was kind of just roaming around random city, like just hopped on a train and hoped for the best, and hoped I got to Stanford all right. But I didn't really know where she was. So I ended up going to a random library, and that's where I spent. Right here. 784 for Joe the Juice, just so I could charge my phone because I didn't even know where she lived. So I don't think it was worth it, but I thought it was a little bit more appropriate than any other place. I didn't want to go into like a random retail store and be like, okay, can I borrow your charger? So I thought that was a little bit better. And then I bought a bag because I'm stupid. I didn't bring any small bags. Just kept I held all my like important stuff in my hands. That was not very smart. So if you're traveling, bring a bag. And then I got some ginger ale at the airport when I was leaving my work. But, you know, I said it was reimbursed by my work because, it was during my travel time. And then this is $54. It was actually $9 per day. So they paid 45 and I paid the 9. So it ended up being fine. And then this bougie sandwich was also reimbursed. So, life is honestly really, really good. So out of this $146, like $79 or $80 were reimbursed. So honestly, like, this whole trip did not cost me that much because obviously the hotel was covered for, my plane was covered for. So I got to just hang out in San Francisco. I'll insert some pictures like right here and right here. So I got to hang out there for fun while I worked. So it was honestly such a great experience, and I'm so, 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 so thankful that I have this opportunity. But for next month, I am gonna definitely try to cut down on food. I mean, this $22, it's not gonna happen. So that's gonna at least get me down to like 20, 25, and I can get rid of all of this because I was just, you know, spontaneous cravings that I just fell for. So I just need to really think about my willpower and just take my own advice that I gave to you guys. And my other goal is to obviously, I know I love buying coffee. So I think I'm going to make this into like at least $10. I'll allocate $10 to myself, which is fine. And then gas, I'm still going to do $82. Groceries, I can definitely cut down to 60. That's my goal. And then that's about it. I think that's my goal. Well, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to someone who likes coffee. Bye.